Welcome to this week's edition of Political Talk. I'm Professor Cook Fesperman, and I'm here to explain to you things about politics that you might not understand. You might have heard about them in the newspaper, but you're left saying, what's that? Today's topic is going to be gerrymandering. So what is gerrymandering? Gerrymandering has been around for a long time. In fact, the first gerrymandered district was created in 1812 by Governor Elbridge Gerry. He drew the district that you see on your screen. This district was said to look like a salamander. So people took his name, Gerry, and they took the word salamander and they combined them together to come up with the word gerrymander. Here we have an example of a state that's been gerrymandered. This is the state of Illinois. Illinois has more Democrats than it has Republicans, and the Democrats control the state legislature. So they have gerrymandered the state to get as many Democratic votes as they possibly can. Now you can tell that this is a gerrymandered state just by looking at some of the strange districts that exist here. Look at District 15, how it's almost split in half by District 13. If you look at District 12, that's a perfect example of a packed district because most of the Republicans in the state of Illinois live in the southern part of the state, while most of the Democrats live in and around Chicago. So the Chicago districts are actually cracked to create more voting power and create more legislative districts for the Democrats, where the Republican districts tend to be packed so that most of the Republicans are in a handful of districts, giving them less legislative authority coming from the state of Illinois. Now, one of the things you might be asking yourself is, why are some of the congressional districts in Illinois so big and some of them are so small? Well, as I said earlier, most of the population in the state of Illinois lives in and around the city of Chicago, and they are geographically compact. Whereas most of downstate Illinois doesn't have a lot of people. In fact, there's more cows than there are people in downstate Illinois. And while cows might be friendly and nice to look at, they don't have the constitutional right to vote. Gerrymandering isn't just a problem in Illinois. It's a nationwide problem. Looking at the map, you can see that there is great variation, though, in the amount of gerrymandering that occurs across the country. States in red or orange have a lot of gerrymandering, where states in light green or the darker green have less. And then there are some in yellow that are somewhere in the middle. Why are some states gerrymandered more than others? Well, some states, like California, have put in place laws that make it harder for the legislatures or the governor to gerrymander. They create citizens panels, bipartisan panels that decide how the districts will be redrawn every 10 years after the census. This has resulted in less gerrymandering in those states. So to conclude, here's what we've learned. Gerrymandering has been around a long time. Packing and cracking are different types of gerrymandering. Gerrymandering is usually done for political reasons. You can spot gerrymandering on most state congressional maps. Bigger districts are not always gerrymandered. Natural packing occurs, and when it does, districts need to be cracked to create fair and representative districts. That's all for me. We'll see you next time.